Well, today's the day. The day that we put that Dove Dot to the test. The day we torture it. Shoot 1,000 rounds through it. And see if it can really hold up. Today we load these 30-round magazines. Use a brand new Glock 19 that I bought specifically for this video. Put one of the Dove Dot mounts on it with one of the Shield red dot sights and see if it can withstand some torture. This is going to be fun. I'm going to try to break it. I'm going to put 1,000 rounds through it. I'm going to rack it on concrete. I'm going to drop it. I'm going to throw it. I'm going to drag it behind a truck. I'm going to do whatever I can to try to get this thing to break. If it doesn't, good for them. And if it does, then I guess we're going to have a different conversation. I'm excited to do this. Let's get right into it. Before we get into the fun part of this video, I did want to let you know that if you see anything that you like in this video today, whether it be the Dove Dot itself, if it holds up to the torture, or the sight, the shield that I'm using on it, go to dovemounts.com and use my code Jeff10 for 10% off anything you buy in the store. That is, if we can't break it. Back to the video. All right, so we're out here. Time to get this test started. I want to give you a little bit of a rundown of what we're doing here. First, we're using the Glock 19 that has been equipped, that you saw the installation, with the Dove Dot, as well as the Shield sight and the front sight of the Dove Dot as well. Unfortunately, I got all the way out here. There is no, and get that to focus. There is no rod in the front there. I didn't bring a lighter with me, so I can't put that in. But it'll serve a purpose because you can still get the height out of it. I'm not doing this for self-defense right now, strictly for a test to see if we can break it. What we're going to be using is 31-round magazines. I have multiple 31-round magazines. This is going to help me to shoot more and spend less time reloading. So I have a bunch of these that we're going to put through, and I'm going to track all the shots that we shoot through this gun. So first thing that I do want to show you is the Dove Dot being centered. I know a lot of you are going to be concerned that if I don't have regular shots out of this gun showing that it is centered and good to go, that the whole thing is thrown out of whack. People will complain about everything nowadays. These are the shots that I took through it. Like I said in the other video, I am not a professional shooter. Those ones at the top left there are just me being bad at shooting. But for the most part, you can see that the dove dot is zeroed with just the iron sights. Now, I do have the red dot on there just to make everything more secure. I don't know, it's supposed to be there, it's the way it's supposed to look, so I have it on there. Now, I am not going to be using the red dot. With the amount of stress that I'm putting this through, I'm assuming that this is probably going to go off of center. So while I shoot, please know that I am using strictly the built-in iron sights that are on the dove dot itself. I will not be using that at all. What I actually might do is pull the battery out of this so there's no naysayers. But if you've seen any of my videos before, you know that there's not a product that I'm going to endorse or go to bat for if I don't truly believe in it. This is one of those products. They have been a sponsor of mine for quite a while now. I have used their products. I love their products. But there's people that just keep coming up saying that it's going to fail after 10 rounds. It looks ugly. It's going to fall apart. It's going to break apart. So I want to put that to the test, and I want to make sure that it's not going to fall apart. If this is a company that I'm going to be an affiliate of and a company that I'm going to endorse and put on my channel, I want to make sure it's legitimate. So let's go right into this stress test. Kind of sit back and relax. I'll talk to you as I come up with more ideas of what to do. The first thing that I want to do is shoot maybe 250 rounds or so through this gun. Using the sight, and then we'll do a zero test and see how it holds zero. And then we'll get into some more fun stuff. Don't worry, it'll all be sped up. Let's get right into it, guys. All right, so we're back a few days later. I have not messed with the sight or the dove mount itself. First, we're going to go ahead and put it through rounds into that target, make sure that it's still holding zero, and then we're going to go on to a few torture tests, some fun stuff, before we put another 240, 300 rounds and make sure that everything's holding zero. So all right, so there we go. Main thing I want to note here is, again, not a professional shooter. Nothing's left to right, which would indicate that this is sliding to the left or right. That's not the case. This is just because I'm not a very good shot. But as you can see, everything is holding true. Another thing I will say, if you're skeptical of these ones that went a little bit high, there's no way to adjust the height on this. There's no way that me shooting 300 rounds or whatnot through it would adjust the height. What I'm looking for is a big sway left or right. That means this is shifting to the left or right. To me, that looks pretty good. These are the first rounds I shot today, so that could do with that. Still in the center. Let's go ahead and have a little bit more fun with it. All right, so now I've mentioned it before. If you've seen my other videos, this looks very familiar. So does that concrete block down there. But we're going to really test out the dove mount to see how well this holds up, since we are not, again, testing this sight itself. So before we do that, I do want to show you, magazine is empty. The gun itself is empty. Nothing in there. No magazine. So let's rack it a few times and see what we can do to it. We'll see if it holds 0. It's pretty good. Did some damage here to this. Hope the gun club doesn't get too upset. Let's go ahead and rack it on this too, because I know that didn't do anything to it. There we go. We'll see how well that holds 0. We're not going to do any cuts on this either. Put my hearing protection in, and let's walk right down. That way you can't say that I re-zeroed it, so no cut. We're going to go ahead and shoot at that bottom left target there. Let's see if we can't hit bullseye. All right. So with that, there's our 5. Pretty good grouping. Think it's holding 0 pretty well. Let's go on to our next test. All right, so now I want to go ahead and just shoot through some magazines. We're going to finish this one. We got 1,000 rounds we got to get through, so got to sprinkle those in as well. Before I do anything else, I do just want to show you still, magazine's clear. Chamber itself is clear. But an easier way than carrying the gun, probably just throw it over there. So, all right, let's go shoot. And you know what? Walk with me real quick. I'm going to get one more magazine, and with no cuts, I'm going to make sure that this still holds 0. That was another 2.5 magazines through. Let's take this, go back to our 0 target. I'm going to shoot at the bottom right circle, and we're going to see if it's still holding 0. There you go. Once my cameraman is safe, let's go ahead and see. Well, if that's not holding 0, I don't know what is. Pretty damn good. Let's see what else we can do. All right, so I got some other stuff in store for this mount. See what we can do to it. But we got to get through those 1,000 rounds. So let's speed this up. I got 3 more full magazines. Let's go ahead and shoot them. All right, we got 4 more magazines. Once all these are done, we'll be at 570 total rounds, and then we'll go from there. Let's get right to it. We're going to let this cool off. Then we'll do another 0 test. Then we'll come back another day and finish it out. And right now I'm going to go ahead and shoot at that top right circle and make sure it's still 0 and start banging these rounds out. So let's get right into it. There's still tape on that there. There's no red dot, anything like that. So I am not using the red dot sight. Everything is still taped up. Nothing being used except for the iron sights on the dove dot mounting plate. So I think you can see it from there, but there's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little up, little left. That's how everything has been. Take a look at the other shots that we made. That's how it's been this whole time. Like I say all the time, I'm not a professional shooter. Doing the best I can with this stuff. I'm assuming that I'm pushing the trigger on this when I'm pulling, but everything still looks good to me. So let's go ahead and bang out some of these magazines. $990. 990 rounds. Let's count it down. 10 more. It didn't break. Didn't blow up. Didn't fall off the gun. There's your 1,000. $1,050. Pretty damn good. Let's go ahead and pull up, see if it still holds 0. I'm going to aim for that top right circle. See that it's clear. My cameraman's going to stand back to see me shooting and the target After 1,000 rounds and a little bit of torture, let's see if it holds up. There you go. Done. Empty. Looks like all the other ones. Now let's go back to the gun room, go over some final thoughts. Everything's cleared out. The gun's hot. It's a good training. All right, so I had to wait for the gun to cool down a little bit. Did the 1,000 rounds, racked it on concrete. Just wondering what else we could do with it. So, got to get back to the range because I was reloading it, letting it cool down, just sitting in the woods. Gun's clear. Nothing in the mag. Nothing in the chamber. So, what am I going to do with it? And why is there a string attached? I told you. The range. Let's get back to the range. I know this is a torture test for the mount, but turns out to be one for the gun too. Tied it too good. There we go. Put some Hearing Pro in. So what I will tell you, which is kind of funny, the front came off. So with that said, I do want to note something that's kind of cool about this. Obviously, for my height, I was a little bit off. But when I was holding the plate that we are testing, after dragging it through all that stuff, the left to right, it's still pretty damn accurate. I would call that a win. I think that's about all we can do to this thing. Thanks for watching. Let's go back to the gun room. Now, when I say, and there you have it this time, I really mean it. And there you have it. I don't know what else we could have done to this thing to prove that this is going to hold zero no matter what you do. If you buy this and you're looking to sport one of your guns that is not red dot sight ready, and you want to put this on, best bang for your buck. You can't get it to fall off zero. You can't get it to break. I was anticipating one of these front ears for the co-witnessing sights to break off, and they didn't. They're in perfect condition. The only thing that snapped off was the front sight, and that was after dragging it behind a truck. Everything held zero. In a high-stress situation, no matter what you're racking this on, no matter what you're doing with it, it's gonna hold zero, and it's gonna stay where it's supposed to be. After 1,000 rounds, it still held zero, and after the torture that I put it through, it was still shooting perfectly straight. If you want to pick one of these up for yourself, or the Shield red dot sight, which, by the way, I should note, is still working after all of that torture, go to dovemounts.com, use my code Jeff10 to get your own 10% off anything that's in that store, and pick you up one yourself. I love this thing. I'm glad it worked out because it's a great company to work with. The customer service is fantastic, and the product is even better. I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Like this video so other people see it. And comment down below what you thought about the torture test itself. Thanks for watching. And as always, be safe. I'll see you guys in the next one.